All right, so like I was saying, this is not my favorite question. I don't really like this question. I think it stems from a place of instant gratification. However, it is good to kind of know how long your fitness goals will take. But people ask me this all the time. They say, how long will it take for me to, see a change? How long will it take for me to reach my goals, right? Now, look, everybody has different starting points, so this answer is going to vary significantly. However, if you give yourself at least 6 months of commitment, consistency, execution, you will definitely start to see a change. Now, how significant of a change will you see? It just depends on how dedicated you are. But I wanted to also reiterate my favorite thing to say. The person who loves the end destination, the person who loves the journey will make it further than the person who loves the end destination. Like, that is very, very important to this point as well. And I just want to, it's probably one of the most important things when it comes to the fitness journey. That's why I keep reiterating it, because focusing on the actual process, the journey, enjoying that is what's going to get you far and far and far and make you consistent overall. Because most people, they just want the 20 pounds down on the scale. They don't give a fuck how they get there. They don't care if they have to lose muscle, brain cells, kidney function. They don't give a shit. Like, they just want to get that 20 pounds down on the scale. So they'll do keto, they'll, do sauna for 2 hours. And then once they get the 20 pounds down on the scale, even though their body composition is not what they want, they'll be like, finally, I reached my goal. And then they'll go right back to their old habits and wonder why they gained the weight back. And that's not what fitness is. That's not what lifestyle is. That's not what making this a lifestyle is. Making this a lifestyle is making small changes throughout your life, right, that you can sustain. So for example, if you go to the gym 1 time a week, then you up it to 3, that sounds sustainable as well. And those 3 days are sustainable for you, and they're your off days, then that'll work, right? If you stop eating that bag of Doritos and you start eating Skinny Pop, you stop eating, McDonald's, and maybe you go to Chick-fil-A, get some grilled nuggets. Simple changes like that compounded over time will literally make a huge difference in your physique and obviously your weight as well, right? So with those small changes, they sound like absolutely nothing, but if those changes cause you to lose 1 pound every other week, then by the end of the year, you have reached your goals without making a significant change. Like, think about it. How realistic and how easy do those goals sound? Hitting the gym 3 times a week and switching out your McDonald's for Chick-fil-A grilled nuggets or something like that. Those aren't like the most strict changes, the craziest changes, but that just those small changes, right? And cutting back on, liquor as well. Like, instead of drinking every weekend, maybe drinking every other weekend. Those 3 small changes over a year period of time will literally cause you to drop 2 pounds per month, which is 24 pounds overall. So you'll lose the weight, but it'll be easier to maintain versus if you were to do something like keto, right? You just go from eating a bunch of carbs to eating no carbs and restricting yourself, right? You could probably do that for 4 weeks, but then after that, you're going to be so hungry, you're going to be so depleted, you're going to want to binge eat, right? So you got to remember that small changes compounded over time is what gets you results, not big, aggressive, restrictive changes for a short period of time. That's not going to get you sustainable results, guys. All right, so I want you to change your mindset to focus on sustainable results. I want you to focus on how you feel when you're working out, when you're consistent, when you're showing up for yourself. That feeling that you get, that great feeling that you get, right? The energy that you get when you are showing up for yourself, when you're eating what you need to eat, right? Just how you feel when you eat better foods. Like, for me, what made me actually commit to my goals and be consistent in this fitness journey wasn't just like, I want this end goal, I want this end goal. That was what started me. But that's just like motivation. Motivation could only take you so far. It was actually noticing all the benefits I got from the small habits that I was incorporating. Like, when I was eating healthier, I felt way better. My digestive health was better. I was sleeping better. My energy levels were better. And I just felt lighter. And those are the greatest feelings, right? And then, of course, you start to lose inches and all of that. The weight might not go down as fast, but when you're losing inches, that's a win, right? So all the non-scale victories that I was focusing on was really helping my mindset make it more of a lifestyle, right? And of course, your blood pressure, your blood sugar, all those levels, blood tests, when you go to the doctor, they'll be better as well. So just overall, all those things will be better. So when you're starting your fitness journey, of course, you want to have a goal, a physical goal, but you also want to realize that, yes, it took you a long time to gain the fat. So it's going to take, at least some time to lose the fat. So if it took you 10 years to gain 50 pounds and you're like, hey man, can I see results in 2 weeks? I get this every fucking day on live. You could tune into my TikTok live. My TikTok will be down below, but I go live pretty consistently. Like, I would say 5 to 7 days a week, right? 5 to 7 times a week I go live, right? So people always ask me, like, can I lose 40 pounds in 2 weeks? Or what's the best way to lose 50 pounds in a month? And I always ask them, like, how long did it take you to gain that weight? And they always say, oh, well, it took a couple of years, I guess. And then I'm like, what did you eat yesterday? It's KFC, it's Popeyes, it's pizza, it's crumble cookie, it's literally Chips Ahoy's cookies, it's Oreos. So it's like, you are not going to make a significant change until you realize that you need to change your nutrition habits, which is going to take some time, right? Because for the past 3 years, you've been eating a lot of fast food, a lot of Popeyes, a lot of fried foods. So in order to get off of those foods, not only are they addictive, but your eating habits are like habitual as well. So you have these bad habits, you have to undo these bad habits. It's going to take long. It's not going to take, 1 month, number one. And then once you finally get used to buying healthier foods, eating healthier foods, putting together healthier meals, now you'll start to lose the fat, right? But you're not going to go from eating Popeyes yesterday to all of a sudden just eating perfect day after day after day and then somehow lose 40 pounds in a month. First of all, it takes way longer than 1 month to lose 40 pounds, obviously, right? And then second of all, like I said, food is an addiction. And if 95% of your meals are unhealthy, you're not going to go from 95% of your meals are unhealthy to 100% of your meals are healthy the next day, because you don't know how to shop, right? You don't know how to put meals together. You don't know how to deal with cravings yet. Like you got to do all of those things, right? And then you also have to get a gym membership. Like a lot of people don't have a gym membership, right? That's a step as well. So a lot of times we don't realize where we are. Like I like to use a GPS analogy. You got to realize where you are so you can know exactly how long it will take to get to where you're going. But you also got to realize that a lot of times where you are is based on compounded, a lot of bad habits compounded over time, number one, which is obviously going to affect your physical, but also your mental. You have a lot of bad habits to overcome. Maybe every time you have a bad day at work, you grab some candy or you grab extra fast food. Maybe every time, you break up with someone or your ex texts you, maybe that causes you to eat. So you have a lot of mental hurdles that you have to overcome as well. All right. So it's going to take time, of course, but you have to be willing to do whatever it takes to reach your goals. That's what a lot of people lack. They lack that doing whatever it takes to reach their goals. They're just like, okay, what's the fastest way I can get these results? If I take OxyShred, could I lose all this weight? And it's like, no, like when you lose weight, when you lose fat, right, you're making a physical transformation, yes, but you are literally becoming a new person, right? You're having new habits, you have a new perspective. People will look at you differently. It's a life-changing moment. That's why you don't see a lot of transformations. Transforming your body means that you transformed your mind and your perspective, and you transformed your mindset in a positive way. That's what it means, all right? So in order to do all those, obviously transforming your mindset will take time, guys. It's not something that happens overnight. It's a very big deal, right? You're going to be way more disciplined at your end goal than you will at the beginning of your goal, right? You're going to have more discipline. You're going to have better perspective. You're going to be looking at everything as delaying gratification, not instant gratification. And like I said, you're going to be more disciplined. You're going to look at food differently. Look at food as fuel, not as a hobby, not as something you do when you're emotional or bored, right? So you'll be looking at things differently. You'll be looking at exercise as something for stress relief, not something you do for immediate results or to burn off, extra calories from the pizza you ate, right? You'll look at sleep as very important as well. You won't be on TikTok all night just on your phone. And you'll just start looking at your health differently and looking at it more like a lifestyle. When you start looking at your journey more as a lifestyle, like something that you're going to marry long term, then, it'll be easier for you. Like, here's the thing. Fad diets are called crash diets for a reason. Crash diets are basically like a one-night stand, right? You're just looking for something to do short term, versus when you're making it a lifestyle, it's basically marriage. All right. Yeah, there'll be ups and downs, there'll be bumps, but you're married to it. It's a lifestyle. You're going to do it consistently. That's how you have to look at it. Like, marriage is a commitment, yes. One night stand is not a commitment. No strings attached is not a commitment. You guys are looking at fitness, at dieting as like friends with benefits or like no strings attached, right? So it's like, you know what? Right now, I think I need to lose 10 pounds. You get on the diet and then you get right back off of it, right? You lose the 10 pounds, you gain the 10 pounds. You lose the 10 pounds, you gain 10 pounds. And then versus marriage, it's like, okay, let me make this a lifestyle. You start changing your habits, and a side effect of you changing your habits permanently and committing to the lifestyle, a side effect is just you losing the fat and you getting to your goals like you wanted to. All right. So start making this a lifestyle. Start looking at it as a lifestyle and stop trying to look for the quickest fix, right? Because If you continue to have shiny object syndrome, I promise you, there's always going to be a new fad out there, right? It used to be keto diet, and now everyone's like, keto's horrible, and now it's carnivore diet. It's the same fucking thing, bro. It's so stupid. It's the same shit. The dude who made carnivore diet popular, he even stopped that shit. He's like, I'm not fucking doing this. This is horrible, right? So stop doing unsustainable diets and expecting results, all right? Period.